Guys, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
How different is your life with all this experience as opposed to last year with trying to teach guys through everything else going on?
It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun. And, just building on what we've had this past spring of having a spring ball, I'd be mistaken if I didn't say that the entire demeanor of our football team has changed significantly with the addition of Coach Carroll, Coach True, and his entire staff. It's been phenomenal. And obviously, there's still protocols in place. The pandemic is still very much here, unfortunately. So there's still precautions, but just based on summer workouts, spring ball, where our guys are at mentality-wise, it's been a blast.
What is it about Cooper that makes him such a good fit at left tackle, even though he maybe doesn't have the prototypical size to play there?
He's an extremely smart football player. He knows technique. He knows assignments. He's got great anticipation. He's extremely strong and he's extremely athletic. So when you look at a tackle, typically you don't think of somebody with Cooper's height. And I don't know that Cooper wouldn't say, boy, I'd love to play guard, but it's our job as an offensive staff, my job as the offensive line coach, the guys in our room to put the best five forward. And right now, Cooper's undoubtedly one of the best five. So since he came here a few years ago, his football IQ is very, very high, and that absolutely helps him out so much, along with athleticism and his physicality.
And Coach Climate had said yesterday, you felt like you guys were potentially 10 deep there in terms of guys that could legitimately play. Do you feel like that's fairly accurate?
The one thing I'll comment on with that is we got competition. And that's something up front that I think we've lacked since I've been here. And right now you see that competition. There could be even more, quite honestly. And I continue to tell them if they deserve playing time, they're going to play. And I know people outside of that O-line meeting room, and I do agree with it, we'll talk about cohesiveness when it talks about offensive line play, getting that feeling of playing next to one another. But if we have the ability to play 8, 9, 10 guys, and guys deserve to play, they're going to play. So it's are we there yet? And please don't mistake what I'm saying that we've arrived and we're just this, but I will tell you we've got some competition there.
Was the addition of Kingsley Ugu just to feel like you needed another offensive tackle body in the room?
Yeah, we had an opportunity with Kingsley, and who's a great young man. And again, if we can increase the competition because of a COVID situation, this young man could be in the program up to 4 years, depending on how this year turns out. And I think you guys know we are a developmental program. That's how this university, how this football program has had great success. And based on our pedigree, myself, Coach Kleiman, that's how we're going to continue to build that success. That's our history. That's our background as well. So he's got some tools. He does.
Which player in your room do you feel like has made the biggest gain since the end of last season to now? Is there one guy really just, not that all of them have made some progress, but is there one guy you're like, wow, it's really incredible how far you've gone?
Yeah, it's really, that's a very good question. It really is. And, there's a few names that pop up. One, and I was just visiting with him as he was walking off the field, is Katori Leviston. How much that young man has matured. And has he gotten there yet? No, he has not. You can go down and Logan Long is helping us out. I'll be honest, there's a couple true freshmen who I am very, very excited about who may find their way. I was getting Andrew Lingang in with some of the upper groups today. And so his stride because of his football knowledge has been significant, but you continue to come back to the names as far as I really like where Josh Rivas is, to be quite honest. Noah Johnson is a stud. Taylor Poitier, these guys are, there's some, in my mind, there's some studs up there. So I know I mentioned a few names, but that's kind of where that's at.
What was your reaction when Noah said he was coming back?
I don't know. You married? What was your reaction when your wife said yes? You know? So, I don't know, maybe that says it. Okay, I was fired up. Kid's a phenomenal leader. He's a smart football player. Guy works his ass off. And you can't say enough good things about him. You really can't.
All right, guys. Thank
Good.
you.
All right, appreciate it.